Welcome to Lesson 1, where we're going to teach you how to set yourself up with such a strong base for yourself on Upwork that not even an earthquake in Japan could knock you off the course to success. Let's get started with building your foundation. Setting up a successful foundation for yourself on Upwork begins with really getting a handle on exactly the type of service you're offering, what industry you're selling it to, and the type of client that you're selling it to. We'll explain why in just a second. Some of you may have your service offering very much dialed in at this point, others of you not. For the sake of this course, we're going to assume that you already have a skill set that you're trying to monetize and not focus on helping you to generate any ideas. If you're having trouble coming up with some ideas as to what type of service that you would actually offer on Upwork, then you can check out some of the resources we have available, including a blog post we created at freelancehustler.com to help you generate some ideas for yourself called 19 Awesome Ways to Make Money as a Freelancer from Home. Monetizing your current skills really isn't that hard, it just takes some thought. We're convinced that anyone can make money using Upwork, so even if you don't have an idea for yourself just yet, don't get disheartened. Just keep on chugging, my friend. Let's start by taking a look at the various ways that you can niche down. There are 4 ways to do this. You can do a specific type of work, serve a specific type of industry, work with a very specific type of client, or you can do what we recommend gradually working up to, which is a combination of all of the above. This will really help you achieve long-term success both on and off of Upwork. But it's okay to get some more generic jobs at first before you start to focus on a specific target. In fact, we recommend it, and we'll talk about why shortly. Here are the steps that you can take to do this for yourself. Start by narrowing down your offer. First, define your service offering broadly. What is it that you do? Copywriting, graphic design, web development, whatever. Next, you want to work towards making your offer unique. If you're a writer, what type of work do you really enjoy doing? Do you enjoy writing sales copy, writing memoirs for people, putting together research papers? Once you've honed in on that a bit, think about what type of writing you enjoy doing even more specifically. Instead of just sales copy, for example, what is it that you like to do exactly? Sales pages, email campaigns, or scripts for video sales letters? Decide how specific you would like to go here. You can either decide on something a little more broad, like sales copy, for example, or dial in further and focus solely on something like email campaigns. When niching down your service offering, you can decide to either be hyper niche focused with your offer. Sales pages would be a good example of this, for instance. Or you can decide to have a more goals-based niche, which would be something like sales copy, in which your main goal for the clients you work with would be to make them money with the service that you're offering. Next up is to define your industry niche. Think about an industry that you'd like to go after. It makes fishing for high-paying jobs on Upwork much easier if you start with a smaller pond. Let's say you develop websites on WordPress, for example. There are a ton of developers out there that already do that. What makes you unique, and why would someone hire you over your competitor? Narrowing down your industry focus to something like WordPress sites for fitness professionals and gyms would be a much better way to go. The last thing to consider is the exact type of client that you'd like to work with. Getting super clear on the exact type of client that you'd like to engage will provide you with further clarity and even more of an advantage over your competitors when pursuing that specific type of client on Upwork. Continuing on with the previous example, let's say that you don't work with just any type of fitness professionals to do their WordPress sites. You focus exclusively on CrossFit coaches, for example, who make annual revenues between $500,000 and $1.5 million a year. When you do this, it's almost a guarantee that any clients who fall specifically in this category will choose to work with you. There are some pros and cons to niching down so narrowly though, and we'll address them here in just a second towards the end of this lesson. Why do you need to have a niche in the first place on Upwork? Well, there are a few reasons. First, it gets you noticed. You'll stand out more. You automatically become more unique when you have a niche. It makes you different than the millions of other people out there who would otherwise do the exact same thing as you. Think about a company like Apple, for example. They do things differently than their competitors, and this provides a huge advantage to them in the marketplace. Quality clients will seek out niche-specific freelancers on Upwork. When you establish your exact place in the Upwork market, quality clients within that niche will seek you out in order to pursue doing work with you. For example, fitness clients in need of some marketing work will look to find marketing specialists who work within the fitness industry specifically. Many quality clients out there will avoid posting a job on the public job boards on Upwork and start typing into the search bar straight away with something related to the type of contractor they're looking for when they are looking for contractors to do work. Specializing also allows you to charge more on Upwork because there's more perceived value there. When you have a niche, you can command higher rates. It's as simple as that. Let's think about an example. Just like a brain surgeon gets paid more than a general physician, the surgeon solves a very specific need, and since there aren't many people who specialize in that type of work, he profits handsomely. You will develop a reputation in that industry, and it will become even easier to get clients. Continuing on with one of the examples that we gave before, once you become as the WordPress developer for fitness professionals, for instance, you start to build a name for yourself within that area, and more clients will start coming your way. Is all of this making sense? Good. Now let's jump into a few of the pros and cons to niching down that you should be aware of before doing this on your own. Niching down can be great because it allows you to raise your rates and win more jobs on Upwork with clients that are exactly the right fit for your offer. But it also reduces the amount of clients that are available for you to choose from. The pool becomes smaller. For that reason, when starting out, we don't recommend that you niche down too specifically before you know what's out there, at least not at first. You must see what's available. And to be quite honest, a lot of times on Upwork, the existing demand is really what ends up dictating the services that you end up offering. This will start to make more sense to you as you gain more experience on the platform. We would recommend that during your first 14 to 30 days on Upwork, you apply to more generic roles until you start really figuring out what's working for you and what it is that you like doing. Once you've had some experience and gained some insights, you can and should start niching down more specifically based on what's working for you and the type of jobs you've had success with. Try out some different things and experiment a little here. It took us a while to really hone in on our exact offering and niche, and it will take you some time too. And remember, you can still get other clients that are a little outside of scope even after you've niched down. Once you've finished with this course, your sales skills will be savvy enough to convince just about anyone who falls into the realm of what you do to work with you.